You've said in your research that in your practices and in your work that before we sleep, that time is really important. And if we practice gratitude 10 minutes a day, in just about 4 days, our immunity system gets 50% better.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So then that is one case. And then a lot of people just use Instagram for 10 minutes by the end of the day, right? If I practice gratitude before bed for 10 minutes versus I use my Instagram for 10 minutes, what's going to be the difference?
Some people can't think for themselves because they're having something think for them, right? Those images and the stimulation is causing them to really expose their brain to information that is causing them to think and feel a certain way. What I'm saying is think and feel on your own, right? And that's the most important thing, or think for yourself. So people who lose the imagination or the skill of dreaming, they're just relying on something to think for them, right? That's why nature is so great. Go out and, spend 3 days somewhere in nature. First day, your brain will be all over the place. Second day, it'll kind of calm down. By the third day, you're like, I'm thinking clearly again. Because if you don't have your device and you're looking at the expanse of the sky or mountains or the sea, and you're opening your awareness, your brain gets very organized, right? So a person who understands that when they go to bed at night, their serotonin levels change to melatonin. And when you're in serotonin, you're in beta. When you're in melatonin, you start dropping into alpha, theta, and delta. And that's when the door opens. So what do you want to drop in there? Do you want to do something? Do you want to drop anything in there that's going to cause you to be more limited or distract you or, cause you to think and feel later on the next day a certain way? Or do you say, by volition, I'm going to teach my body emotionally what my future feels like. I'm going to keep bringing up this feeling of gratitude because I know that gratitude strengthens my immune system by 50%. And if I'm having a problem with a chronic health condition or, an immune-mediated condition, this would be loving to me. So I'm going to go for 10 or 15 minutes just feeling gratitude or thinking about all the things I'm grateful for. And then I'm going to think about all the things I'll be grateful for when they happen. I'm just going to let myself go. I'm just going to play. I'm just going to let myself go. I promise you, though, a person who does that after a period of time is going to feel very differently than when they spend 10 minutes watching Instagram, right? Not that I have an opinion on it. I just know that it's very seductive and it could cause people to become very dependent on it. That's, again, like if you understand the science between slowing your brain waves down and what you want to program in there, if you're serious about a better life, you would run through a list of things that were really important to you and remember to think that way, remember to feel that way, remember to behave that way the next day, or even better, how did I do today? How was my day? When did I react? When did I lose my patience? When did I get frustrated? When did I move out of balance? Did I blame the person or circumstance? Was I greater than that? Okay, another day, another lifetime, another chance. My mother used to say, new day, right? Another day. How am I going to be if I had the same circumstance in my life, right? What's a better way for Raj to be or Joe to be the next day? Let me remind myself that I could be that way tomorrow. I promise you, if you're sincere, just for 3 weeks of doing that, you'll naturally surprise yourself. Like, wow, I really didn't react to that person. Wow, I noticed that I was way more calm. I noticed that the person that normally pushes my buttons, I didn't feel that. And that's one of the crazy things that happens from our community. They return back into their life. One of the common things people say is, I return back into my life and people say, what happened to you? Like, what did you do? Like, are you on a new drug? Are you taking a new medication? Did you get a face thing? What you got a secret you're not telling me? You look different, right? Because they are different, right? That's the joy of change, right? So the evening and the morning are 2 times in the day where the door opens up. Your brain waves go from beta to alpha to theta to delta in the evening. When you wake up in the morning, you go from delta to theta to alpha to beta. So there's 2 times where the door between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind opens. And the people in my life that do this, they They take their time before they go to bed. They write things down that are important to them, things they want to change. They don't want to watch TV or get on their device. They really want to invest in themselves, right? And they're serious about it. And as a side effect, the opportunities, the coincidences, the synchronicities, the serendipities, somehow are coming to them. It's not like they're going and having to get it. Like somehow it's kind of coming to them. That's all you need. That's all you need to believe that you're the creator of your life, right? And why is that important? Because you're going to want to do it again. You're going to be like, and that's why our community does the work, because they don't want the magic to end. They don't want to jinx it. They're like, it's too good. I'm not going to miss my meditation because too many wonderful things are happening in my life. That those synchronicities, those opportunities are telling you are in fact the creator of your life. That's the side effect.